Hey everyone, Jeep Dragon here once again with another video. It's been a while since I've made videos, but I'm going to make a video on how I transport my firearm across Airlines. And this is my ever so favorite Ruger LCP. This is the one I usually transport over the airlines so that I can carry it when I'm on vacation, because it's the smallest one and I am able to carry a lot of ammo with it. Let me safety check this thing for you on camera. So let's take out the magazine and show that it's empty. Rack this a couple times. Yeah, it's empty. With the little Ruger LCP, I like to carry 2 extra magazines as well as 2 extended magazines that I'll wear on my ankle. So this way I get to carry 39 rounds with me all at once, ready to go. 7 in the pistol, plus 2 extra 6 rounds here, and these each hold 10 rounds. First off, if you're going to transport your firearm over airlines, you need to realize that you can't transport it in your carry-on luggage, meaning you can't actually have it with you on the airplane. You need to put it in a check-in bag. And if you're going to do that, first thing you need is a hard gun carrying case, or some kind of hard case that can have locks on it. And what I have here with me is a Pelican 1170 case. With these cases, they give you a sheet of foam, but it actually comes in these like break-off square sections, and their instructions say you should use some kind of power saw where you can cut the exact shape of it for all your pieces. But I just ripped out the squares to get the rough estimate of the shapes of the gun and all of its accessories. So right here, usually when you carry your ammo, they want it either in its original box or in some kind of plastic case that you can close up and open, like a kind of like, you know, like this thing in some sense, only it's a smaller container. But I don't have one of those, so I just carry it in the original box, and I also just like to put a plastic bag around it, just maybe to satisfy them that you can't just get right into the box easily. But here's the ammo that I got in the box. It's enough to fill all of my magazines. Now let's take this gun apart. I usually like to just use the magazine to take the pin out, so I'll just pop it out like that, take the pin out. Okay, and what I usually like to do, just to satisfy the person at the desk, if they will need to inspect the firearm, the procedure is that the firearm is supposed to be unloaded. What I like to do, let me put the pin back in. Of course, you do not want to forget this pin, so what I like to do is just stick it right back in there. I'll stick it right there, and I will put my slide right here, see? That way, if they inspect it to be unloaded, they don't have to even handle the gun, just show it to them like that, and they'll be like, okay, it's field stripped, hey, a bonus. So now I'd like to put in my accessories, like the, let's see, like the magazines. So they got 3 right there, and I could just put the other 2, whoops, right there on the firearm. So now it looks a little more organized right there. Everything's shaped perfectly for the gun. Now I will close the box, get 2 nice strong master locks, and lock it right there. Now, as far as I know, they don't want TSA locks on there, they just want regular locks. However, for your actual luggage case that you will put this in, you will want a TSA lock for that. And one thing I've heard from another video, someone talking about transporting your firearms, is don't call it a gun, call it a firearm. I guess the word gun sounds more like I'm gonna shoot you type of term, where a firearm can mean more like just something that extracts projectiles. When you bring your luggage up, the first thing that you should say is there is a firearm and some ammunition in this bag, if you have ammunition with you. And I remember some video where someone said, don't bother bringing your own ammo, just buy ammo when you get to your destination. But I always like to bring ammo because depending on who's inspecting it and how much experience they have in the procedures involved with checking in a firearm, you may have to provide them with more information. It may be a good idea to print out the website page from tsa.gov and go to the section of prohibited items, and then there's a firearms section, and it will show carry-on column with everything X'd out, and check-in bag with things that are okay. And at least at the time of this recording, it basically just says make sure it's all in a hard case and locked up and unloaded. And of course it could change as time goes on, so don't take my word for what all the restrictions are. Just go to the site to find out. And as well as tsa.gov, check the airline's website of the airline that you're traveling on to make sure you know of any further restrictions on top of TSA's restrictions you might need to follow. And I usually fly Delta. Delta doesn't seem to put as many restrictions as at the time of this recording. I think they give you one gun carrying case that you can stuff everything in, and if you have more than one, you'd have to pay some kind of fee. So I just bring one, and if that's still the restriction for you and you want to carry more than one firearm, just get a bigger carrying case or make it so that you can fit more than one in there. Look at the sites if you're not sure if the rules might have changed. The first thing that they will do, whether or not they inspect the firearm, they will hand you one of these. This is from Delta. It's like Firearms Unloaded Form, and it says, I declare as required by Federal Air Regulation 1544.203 that the firearms being checked as baggages / are unloaded and packed in a hard-sided locked container. And they write the date and they sign it right here, and then they just ask you to sign it right here. And then in your luggage, they'll say put it near your carrying case. So usually I just stick it right on top of there in my luggage. And this is how I usually like to do it. Okay, here's my check-in bag. Put all your things you like your Pinking the Brain collection and your Kung Pao Enter the Fist DVD. Just stick my luggage, check-in bag, let's see, right here. Stick all the holsters that I want right next to it, and maybe pack a bunch of stuff on top of it. A lot of times I like to bring an extra pillow with me, so I'll just stick it right there. Close my bag. Zip it up. And take my little TSA approved lock. How the TSA locks work, you get the key with them, so to you it's just like a regular lock. However, the TSA folks have special tools that allow them to unlock it without requiring the key. And the good thing about that is, so they don't have, if they felt the need to check your luggage, they don't have to break your lock. And the good thing about it is that if they did open your lock with their special tools, this red thing is supposedly supposed to light up or change color, something like that, to let you know that they have opened it. And so if they've opened it, they need to leave some kind of a note inside your bag telling you that, well, they opened it and why they opened it, to let you know. So that if you have any complaints, you can do so. And it's nice to know whether or not someone actually opened your lock. I will put my lock right on there, right through the two, right there. Now my luggage is locked. One reason why I like to stick a firearm in my check-in bag is because it seems to give more assurance for not losing my bag. However, since I've been checking a firearm in my bag, I can put whatever I want into it and it always has come back. They want to make sure that your bag comes back to you. They're going to assume that you're a good person and they want to make sure that gun gets back to you and not some other random person. Therefore, they're going to take extra care not to lose your luggage. Well, I hope this video has answered some of the questions you might have had about transporting a firearm over airlines, in case you might want to do that. If you were like a concealed carry permit holder and you would prefer to carry your firearm in another state when you go on vacation. So happy watching and happy flying and happy carrying.